Hi, I'm Ava from Ohio. And if you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe. School was always easy for me. I aced every class, math, English, science, you name it. Always no problem. But honestly, grades were never my main focus. I had a bigger dream, becoming an Olympic gymnast. My coach, Jenny, saw something special in me. I was her star student, and she believed I'd bring home a gold medal one day. She was more than just a coach, she was like a second mom. After practice, she'd invite me over for dinner, and I found myself spending a lot of time at her house. The truth is, my own mom wasn't a bad person, but we didn't always get along. She could be moody and quick to anger, which made my 3 older brothers keep their distance as much as possible. I knew she cared, but being around Jenny just felt easier. One night after a tough practice, Jenny noticed I was feeling down. So she took me to her place, picked out some inspiring sports movies and got my favorite snacks ready. She looked at me and said, "Ava, when you're out there, you're not just doing gymnastics, you're showing everyone what it means to love what you do. That's why you're amazing." We laughed, cried a bit watching the movies and talked about our dreams. Meant a lot. But there was one flaw in this perfect picture. Becca, Jenny's daughter. She was only a year older than me, but sometimes acted like she was 5 years younger. She was impulsive, wild, dressed in strange ways, and never seemed to respect her mom. One night at dinner, she showed up wearing the brightest neon outfit imaginable and chewing gum. Out of nowhere, she said, "You know, Mom, I always thought I looked like you, but today I realized I'm actually model pretty. So there's no way I look like you because let's face it, you're ugly." Jenny calmly replied, "Well, I'd love for my daughter to be prettier than me. Any real mom would feel that way." Becca shot back, "You're right. You're just a hypocrite who's too busy kissing your trainees but for some extra money." That moment was intense. I tried to defuse things by saying I should go, and Jenny offered breakfast the next morning. Becca rolled her eyes and said, "Maybe your mom might make breakfast for a change instead of rushing off for your training sessions." Then she left for some late party. Jenny apologized afterward, and I told her it was fine. I kissed her cheek and went home. But after that night everything changed. Jenny suddenly became distant and cold toward me. And then, without warning, she told me she couldn't be my coach anymore, with the Olympic trials just a month away. I was stunned. "Why? Why are you quitting on me now?" Begged. "Is it because of Becca? I promise I'll stop coming over." But she wouldn't explain. She just kept crying and apologizing. Eventually, she shut down her gym and even moved out of her house. I was crushed. I stayed in my room for days, heartbroken and lost. Without Jenny, gymnastics didn't seem worth it anymore. I swore I'd never practice again. My brothers tried to cheer me up. They even reached out to Jenny, but no luck. Then one day, my mom came into my room and said something that really hit me. "You're my favorite. And it hurts me to see you so sad. I know it's tough, but your talent and determination make me so proud to be your mom. Maybe you could try to start training again." Hearing that from her affected me deeply. Even though we didn't always see eye to eye, I never knew she appreciated me so much. I decided to push through the pain of losing Jenny and focus on the love I had for my real mom. Her words gave me the strength to pick up gymnastics again. But little did I know, training for the Olympics on my own would be harder than I imagined, especially when I found out that Olivia, the richest and most popular girl in school, was also a gymnast. And she wanted me to quit, badly. She'd show up in the gym whenever I was practicing and ruin my focus with annoying comments. Then, my equipment started disappearing from my locker. I knew it was Olivia trying to sabotage me, so I started hiding it in the school boiler room. Olivia had a boyfriend named Derek, a nice guy not like her at all. He wasn't rich or part of her social circle, and I always figured she was only with him because he was good-looking and seemed perfect. They fought often. Olivia would yell at him, call him terrible names, and when he tried to break up, she'd cry and beg until he stayed. Even though she was richer and more powerful, she acted like he was the one in control, which was strange because she was usually so bossy. One day while I was practicing my routine in the school gym, Derek walked in during basketball practice and saw me do 2 full rotations in a tucked position. He was impressed. Ava, that was amazing. How'd you learn to do that? I told him I was naturally good at most sports, and we were having a good conversation when Olivia walked in. When she saw us together, she got jealous. Nice shirt, Ava. Where'd you get it? The Lost and Found. Derek frowned. Babe, that wasn't very nice. I don't think it looks awful at all. Olivia snapped back. Why are you always like this? As they argued, I walked out to avoid the drama. Later that day, Derek caught up with me and said they'd broken up. Then he asked me out. Would you like to have dinner with me sometime? I hesitated. Isn't it too soon? You just broke up with Olivia. I shrugged. I've broken up with her 100 times before. Our relationship's been over for a long time. But if you don't feel comfortable, I understand. I guess losing my coach and training alone had made me feel pretty low, and Derek seemed genuinely kind. So I said yes. Big mistake. First, Derek was great. Fun, caring, supportive. But after a few days, things changed. He started acting like I owed him everything. He got super clingy and always wanted me to hang out. One day I told him I couldn't because I had practice. He snapped. I left Olivia for you because I thought you were nicer. But you're just an arrogant snob. Suddenly I saw through him. Was he playing games with me? Had Olivia put him up to this to mess with my training? I confronted him. I see what you're up to, Derek. But why? Are you just playing games like you did with Olivia? Or are you caught up in hers? He smirked. Let me spell it out for you. Coach Jenny. What does she have to do with you? I was confused. Coach Jenny. What does she have to do with any of this? He leaned in. Becca. Jenny's daughter. I was shocked. What? Why would you be involved with that psycho? He got defensive. Don't call her that. I realized then that Becca was behind this. Somehow she'd sent Derek to mess with me. Maybe even destroy me completely. Derek rolled his eyes. Listen, I'm bored of this drama already. It's over. We're over. I'll go back to my training and you can go back to Olivia if you're hungry, or Becca if you're thirsty. Maybe you should head home and check what's going on there. I frowned. What do you mean by that? What did you do to Jenny? He shrugged. It's your turn, babe. I was confused and worried. What had they done to Jenny? And what was happening at my house? Driven by fear, I rushed home. When I arrived, I was horrified to see smoke billowing from my house. I ran to my neighbors, who immediately called 911. Police and firefighters arrived quickly. Fortunately, no one was home, so there were no injuries. And because I got there when I did, the damage wasn't too bad. I shared Derek's suspicious comments with the police, but later they told me he denied saying anything like that, and they had no proof to take action against him. When they tracked down Jenny's address and visited her home, Becca answered the door and claimed her mom was perfectly fine. But I knew better. Becca couldn't be trusted. I begged the police to give me the address so I could check for myself. But they refused. We can't disclose private information, ma'am. So I was left wondering, what really happened to Jenny? And what was going on with Becca? If you're not related to Miss Jenny in any way, and if her daughter says she's okay, we have no reason to believe otherwise. After the fire incident, I felt upset and lost, unable to focus on anything. Finally, I decided to meet up with Olivia and told her everything. She was apparently also fed up with Derek for being a manipulative jerk. I know we're not friends, but sometimes you have to join forces with an enemy to take down a common one. Do you have any clue what Derek meant? He once introduced me to his cousin named Becca, which was obviously a lie. He talked about her having a rough time with her mom and said he was helping her. I actually have Becca's number. Can you reach out to her and get her to meet me? Please, I have to find out if Jenny is okay. I might do that, or maybe even more. My dad can hire someone to track down Jenny for you. And in exchange, you want me to back out of the competition so you have a better shot at winning, huh? Exactly. Ill. But for now, can you arrange a meeting with her? Just tell her you want to meet her. Don't mention me, of course. The night before the big meetup with Becca, I couldn't shake off the unease. I was about to trade my dreams for some peace of mind. All the sweat and tears I'd shed in the gym would go to waste, but I also needed to know if Jenny was okay. So I ended up pouring my heart out to my mom. I didn't expect much honestly, but Mom, in her own surprising way, gave me the clarity I desperately needed. Sometimes the hardest choices reveal our true priorities. It's not just about winning or losing, it's about what you're willing to fight for. Remember, your value isn't measured by a medal, but by the courage to follow your heart, even when it leads down a difficult path. Her words rested with me. I was going to meet Becca tomorrow. When I arrived at the cafe, Olivia was waiting for me at the entrance. Her look had a hint of sympathy. "Becca isn't alone," she said. "Jenny is here too. And I think there's something wrong here. It's like Becca treats Jenny as a slave. She brought her to this meeting just to hold her bags and stuff." I was stunned for a few moments. The thought of seeing Jenny made me emotional. Olivia stayed with me for a couple minutes outside until I calmed down. Then I went inside. "Ava, you can't be here." Tears welled up in my eyes. "Why? What's going on?" "Here come the tears. Let's hold hands and cry," Becca said sarcastically. "What are you even doing here, Ava?" "Ava, you know I care about you," Jenny interrupted. "But Becca, she's..." "Mom, say it." "Jenny, this is your chance." Becca snapped. "You've been unstable." She threatened me, Ava. It was getting out of hand. One day, she tried to do what she and Derek did to your house while locking me in the bathroom. She said she'd let me out only if I promised to close my gym and stop training you. She said she'd do anything to ruin you. Derek and I have more plans. Derek is the only one who loves me and worships me. I always loved you, but I couldn't make you happy. Oh, shut up. Suddenly, Becca lunged at her mom. Right then, police officers surrounded us and restrained Becca. "Becca, you're going to need to come with us. We've heard enough and it sounds serious. So you and Derek might be facing juvenile detention." Olivia and I had called the police beforehand in case Becca made any confessions, and they heard everything. "Thanks, Olivia," I whispered. Giving up the competition felt worth it, actually. "Think you should compete. May the best girl win." "Why help me now, Olivia?" "Yes. I realized winning only means something if I compete with the best. And that's you, Ava. I guess this is me trying to do the right thing for once. So, this is about respect, yeah. Respect and maybe a bit of trying to be better myself. I'm sorry for everything, Ava." She winked and walked away. Overwhelmed with gratitude, I hugged Jenny again, although I could feel how hurt she was over Becca. "Looks like we're back to heart training, just like old times." "And Becca?" Jenny looked at me gently. "She'll always be my daughter. I'll do my best to help her, even if she pushes me away." 2 weeks later, standing on the stage, I won first place. Surrounded by my proud mom, Jenny's joy, my brother's support, and even Olivia's half-smile, I felt on top of the world. True victory comes from within, beyond any medal.